Look, I know I don't usually talk about real topics on this channel, but I couldn't pass this up. I just could not pass this shit up. Judge Mathis, he need to get cooked, bro. Hold up. What's going on here?
You and Judge Mathis, is everything cool between both of y'all? Because I know he made some comments telling you to come see him.
Oh, he's part of that thing, too. Have you noticed at home with Judge Mathis with all of that rainbow stuff that they push?
Oh.
See, Hollywood tried to get me to do the same thing. I said, hell no, you're on your own with that. I'm not doing it, but he did. See, he punked out and joined the gang, and then he says he got out when his mama got sick. So he does his thing, and one of the most embarrassing moments I ever had as a black attorney or as a black man was in front of 5 members of the U.S. Supreme Court and the Second Circuit Court of the Judiciary. They were having a judicial conference. They had invited me, Judge Napolitano, and Judge Mathis to lecture them for 2 hours on television in the courtrooms because at that point, 20-some years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court and the appellate courts of the United States and other courts were concerned about opening the courts back up again to broadcast media. He declined the show and he said, I'm sorry, I'm rehearsing for a gospel play. So I found that embarrassing. You're doing a church gospel play and you miss out on an opportunity to address the Second Circuit Court of Appeals for the United States. I think there are 3 or 4 former members of that circuit that are on the U.S. Supreme Court right now. The Supreme Court itself is part of that circuit for educational and continuing legal educational purposes. And you missed the opportunity to do that because you're in a gospel rehearsal. That's clown show stuff. And then that crap he does about endorsing LGBTQIA plus on that At Home with Mathis. And the fact that when I was on, I was number 1 and 2, and he was down 150, 160 in the ratings, flunkying out, doing what he did, acting ignorant. I never said anything about him, but he wanted to badmouth him because he apparently likes that Joe and Ho thing with Joe Biden and Ho Harris. And he got offended that I called his little fake negress a hoe, which she is. She was entitled to her sexual activity, but she did it for money and advantage, and that makes you a hoe if you do it for pay. Now, bottom line is he came up and said something like, if he called my wife a hoe, he'd have to answer to me. Well, I haven't called his wife a hoe, but I hope for his sake she ain't.
Oh, hoe. Since we're going there, yeah, you just reminded me, Joe. Judge Mathis, didn't your wife... Didn't your wife, who you've been married to for 40 years, divorce you soon after you retired from being a judge? Sound like a hoe to me. That sound like a hoe to me. Hold up. Now, I know I'm going to have some femtard in my comments. You know who you are. Some 13 cats owning dickless, faceless female troll talking about some. Actually, the reason why his wife divorced him because he was cheating on her throughout the years. Shut up, bitch. The reason why Judge Mathis' wife divorced him is because he retired. And she was fucking around while he wasn't home, while he was out working. That tells me everything I need to know about his marriage. That tells me everything I need to know about marriage. Now, Let's continue.
Because, if you are, I might tell you what you are. So he talked and he wanted to badmouth it.
What a convenient ass time to get divorced, motherfucker. Anyhow.
And I think he was trying to deal with bravado, but, he said something, I know where I can find him in Memphis. Well, you want to be a fool enough to set yourself up for that, go right ahead.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. He would blow your fucking brains out. Now, Mathis, I'm not surprised of this, because Judge Mathis was always the most immature judge of them all on TV. This is a 60-something-year-old man, a senior fucking citizen, Judge Mathis, talking about some damn he want to fight somebody. Sit your old ass down. Yeah, he definitely selling wolf tickets. Has Judge Mathis not matured after all these years? What the fuck is wrong with you? But Judge Mathis, man, you ain't new to bad decisions, bro. Like I said, your wife was a hoe. I'm not saying she's the only one, but your wife is a goddamn hoe. She's a goddamn skeezer. She waited until your ass retired, and all of a sudden she wanted a divorce after 40 years of marriage. 4 decades. That marriage didn't mean a goddamn thing to her, clearly. I'm glad that Gen Z has woken up to this bullshit system. And now you pro-LGBT. Get the fuck out of here. That's all I wanted to say, man. Peace out.